Greetings, fellow adventurers. Hope you all are doing well. It's been quite a while since I streamed. I think it was last Friday, but welcome to the weekly recap. Hopefully, I don't forget what has happened since last Friday, but I will try my very best and try to recall our past episode 6 and get you updated with what is happening in the pipeline. So let's cue the countdown. All right, welcome back. So had so much things to do this week. The most important thing to keep you updated is that we'll be doing our games on Saturday, the same time at 4:15 p.m. PST. So that is why there was no stream tonight, because probably we will be doing it every Saturday until further notice. The as the weather gets warmer in this time of the year, and it's people are just needing to just get out there and enjoy the sun. So, but at the same time, trying their very best to be safe as much as possible. So, first update is that we will be doing our Immortal Syndicate Campaign at 4:15 p.m. PST to 9:15. So it's still the same time, but it will be happening on Saturday instead of our usual Friday. So until further notice, probably for 4 or so weeks. But for now, we'll see what happens when summer comes around, or at best, we are through this. But I think you and me know that this pandemic might be a lot longer. Uh, it might it might stretch till next year. So, but in the meantime, for now we'll be doing our live stream of the Immortal Syndicate campaign starting tomorrow. So hopefully you can join us uh, tomorrow evening for our episode 7. So let us get started with the recap. Hopefully, still remember what what we did in episode 6. So just a quick recap on episode 6. We finally made our way to Elsgard to bring Lasanther to a healer or someone that will be able to look after him. As I believe it took us about 14 to 19 days to get back into town from the caverns. And during that time, uh, the blight that he's been afflicted with, and has started making changes to him physically. So he started showing features of plant-like uh, uh, on his skin. I guess also on his hair. But obviously, it kind of caused a little bit of panic. But obviously, the more panic came from Jade instructing Yuna to put an illusion close to the gates where the guards spotted that magic was being placed on Lansanter, uh, causing suspicion and also being told by Celia, the village elder, that yeah, that's definitely not a good way to go about. But obviously, it's trying to stop and prevent widespread panic through the village. But anyways, yeah. So it took us about 2 weeks in the village for some downtime to get our next instructions from Sylvia. At the same time, getting some of our armor, our weaponry that we had having the blacksmith craft for our members. Also, at the same time, getting two items for Jade, the bracelet of armors, which gave him a significant increase on his defense, on his AC +2. So uh, Jade is up to 24 AC now. So hopefully, we'll see how it goes on this campaign. Let me do a quick to check out the sound. If you are joining me live, please hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching this as replay, hashtag replay. If you're joining us on Facebook, head over to streamyard.com/Facebook, so I'll be able to see your comments if you are joining us live. Let us test out these sounds. All right, so it looks like it's working. All right, so let me close that. All right, and let me do one more thing before we get started. Okay, let's do that first. Okay, good. So yeah, back to the recap once again. So we had 2 weeks downtime in the village to definitely have some R&R and some healing, especially that battle that we had in the caverns where we just basically uh, got out of there with just a few HP, and some of us experiencing being unconscious and death. So yeah, definitely our party needed some downtime for this uh, in the village while we wait and see our further instructions. So I know that I think Evie had her armor reforged to get a little bit more stronger. I believe Yuna also had armor or breastplate made out of some of the material that the chitin, I believe, material that we salvaged during one of our battles. And I think Quintus had a sword made out from one of the legs of the blighted mother. So the rest of the stuff that we had, we turned in for a significant amount of gold to pay for those upgrades for our party. So definitely, episode 5 was more of a shopping episode, but we definitely were looking forward for last Friday's battle, just to just get out there and see what damage that we can do. So uh, let's say that in the 2 week session that we were there, we we ended up heading out on. We arrived to we arrived to the village on April 19, with the 14 days that 2 weeks that we stayed there to wait for instructions and then get our items crafted. We left town on May 6th, and the instruction from Sylvia, after looking at the tablet and as well as the blighted amulet that Jade Wind was using to increase his constitution, his HP, at the same time a little bit plus one to his armor class. Um, the instruction was, the tablet looked like a map, and that the party should make way to the ruins that is presented on that map to figure out, find out more information on this blight, on the source of it, or find out clues on how this came about. So our after getting our armor, and at the same time Jadewin being the uh, chef and alchemist, he created 20 potions for the party. So each member had 5 potions of 84 plus 3 at their disposal. And during the downtime, the party trained up on just being able to battle and uh, pick up the skill good for what ails you, which is basically being able to utilize to drink something during their swift action. So Jadevin had that feature with him from character creation, but um, the other two, Quintus and Evie, didn't have that feature. Yuna really didn't need that feature, especially if we were able to uh, be in an environment where plant can be grown. It doesn't have to be in the jungle as we experience in the caverns. That as long as there's plant life that is living off that terrain. Then Evie, Yuna was able to replenish her health, and then at the same time uh, gain some of the arrows that she utilized on her attacks. So as of now, three of us. Three out of the four of us, well, we're all covered. Especially if we don't have a true healer. I think I'm as close as it can get to providing the team as much potions as much as possible. So hopefully the 20 potions that I've created will last us for the first 2 weeks. Hopefully that will help us get a round trip from the ruins on the map and then heading back to Elsgard. So we'll see. We'll see on our as we go through episode 6. So yeah. So we did leave the village. Let me get the. We did leave the village on May 6th in from the in-game calendar. And as we made our way, I believe it was heading west of from Elsgard. Uh, on May 10th, on our travel to the ruins, we happened to stumble to a place that has a significant connection to Yuna. Hence, uh, Evie, Quintus, and Jade, and all of us are, since we all are only new to each other. We met on March, so we just been traveling together for at least you know 2 months, right? So just over 2 months. That obviously each one of us has a story to tell, and uh, with this one, let's fast forward. Uh, let's fast forward. Let's say this scene on during the 14 days of downtime. Yuna tried her very best just to make friends with the locals of Elsgard, to the much dismay of the one of the drunkards in the Troll and Rose tavern, who began to fancy Yuna. She was saved by the blacksmith's assistant, that you know pulled her away to have Yuna join her for a meal, for obvious reason, just to pull her away from the the drunkard in the tavern. Obviously, we know that Yuna can definitely handle herself. Uh, Hence, the episode, I believe, episode 4, that she took out the chieftain, the troglodyte chieftain, all by herself, without raising alarm in the fort, and actually having two birds with one stone. Another troglodyte dying at the hands of Hydra. So yeah, she definitely seen that she definitely can handle herself, and obviously is probably voted as the only member that probably can survive a TPK if need be, because of her ability to of illusion. That Yeah, if anything goes south, she can definitely get away, and definitely she helped Jade Wind on episode 1 just avoid death by casting invisibility on him, so that he definitely won't get the final hit on him and become unconscious. But anyways, yeah, that's what happened in this scene here. So let us fast forward. So yeah, with I believe 4 days into the trip, we made to a part of the jungle Yuna was hoping never to cross, because it is the remnants, the basically a village that turned graveyard for her people. So obviously, it isn't a place that she wanted to be in. I believe she did mention in story that it was 5 years when this happened. I could be wrong, but I'm trying my best, trying to remember everything. Let's see if you can listen in.
Well,
Oops, sorry.
this is great. Yuna would probably like have her bow like out, and she's like looking just like all over the place, very like paranoid right now. As she's like walking down the path with them.
Evie keeps an eye on her. You're like,
I
what's she
look,
look?
Jade looks at her. Do you sense something?
I'm not a dog.
Wow.
This is where my tribe was.
I see. No offense.
Fucking hell, that crying thing. Oh god.
Yuna, as you're talking, you see something.
Okay, so now I
You
remember
see-
this part.
Your mother sitting on a log in the middle of the path, going south.
Alright, so in this session here, I believe there was a ghost or entity that, or it could physically, the ghost of her mother. But as you can see there, she saw something that looked like her mother, her back facing our party. So Yuna definitely made her way without a second thought to see if there was a survivor in her village. So our party uh, did her very best to follow her. I think the party did also see this entity. Obviously, Yuna is the only one that was able to recognize it as her mother. To the thoughts of the party, just especially for Jade Wind, it's just a cautious situation that okay, it just suddenly appear, or why is it doing out here in the middle of nowhere, right? Especially this being um, the graveyard of Yuna's people, a village turned graveyard. So the entity that the Yuna thought was her mother wasn't her mother at all, but it was. Let's see. Oh, can't see that. Swarm. Swarm. So this one, I think, it being the remains of the village, basic probably uh, in an unrest of probably unable to uh, move forward from a violent encounter with, I believe it was bandits uh, that raised the village and killing its inhabitants. And I did believe that we'll probably, you know, share later on in the story on on the what transpired, I believe, 5 years ago. Let's see.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yep.
So
And so
with this
they also mean
creature,
they can't take aim.
Okay, sick. That is very helpful.
Same.
All right.
so this was a unique creature. Obviously, I was waiting and hoping to be able to utilize my special move here, but obviously this creature cannot. Let's see, what was it? Uh, it really didn't have a physical makeup. It was more of like, think of it like a swarm of bees and whatnot. You can do damage with it, but obviously, trying to melee attack it slash shoot an arrow through it would have a less effect than what like AOE effect that you know in, will cover the area. So unfortunately, the only thing that was available for our party, and obviously this did not help the situation of for Yuna, especially how this demise happened was the only thing that was at our disposal for range was Jade's fire bombs and Quintus fireball attack. Um, so yeah, definitely, the skills that I took to improve my melee charge attack was definitely out of the picture. So I wasn't able to utilize that in this session or on this battle. So I had to do a range attack. AOE effects. Uh, we got the weakness that AOE effect caused 50% more damage. So unfortunately, my splash damage for my character only did 7 damage. So it scaled up a little bit to 11ish. So I think I did happen to have critical on it, but anyways, yeah. And the only problem starting at this at the apprentice level, I only had 4 shots at this, so I had to do my very best. Well, it's not really doing my very best, but hopefully, uh, just hoping that my rolls were uh, uh, did well for me. I know I did a couple rolls at the beginning of the game to see what kind of day it's gonna be, and obviously some of those rolls were really low. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be a long night. But I guess at the positive side, it's kind of like getting the bad rolls out of the way and getting definitely getting the rolls in my favor for this one. So with that said, uh, I believe Yuna tried to shoot a bow through the swarm of bones, which did little effect as they just, like, I believe they just dodged or flew away from the arrow. So think of it like the arrow, and then this hole in the swarm you know that was created so that the arrows just pass right through it. So Obviously, I think it didn't have a range attack itself, so its attack was basically having you it inside its uh, inside the storm, or like I think it would be eye of the storm, to cause damage. And what was unique about this one is that it bypassed AC, so all that AC that our party leveled up at the on our downtime, especially uh, Jade picking up two extra AC from the bracelet of armor. That there was, even if I had the 24 AC, it's gonna land every single time. So yeah, that was the creatures, the monsters that we were battling for this session. So obviously, in character, Evie is just all out, and she was the first, I believe, first one to go in and start swinging away. And with that, let's see, she did hit it.
If he already flight and nothing happens, so I'm concerned.
Oh, there's the hellfire.
Now it
I
is
mean,
the storm's turn.
Not looking good.
Here it goes.
So there you go.
No,
It just
here
need. Let's see how it does.
I am pretty much the what do you call it? Test baby, the guinea pig for the. I want to see how hard it hits.
So let's see what happens here.
fight.
Okay. Here's the other thing of swarms. They don't have to attack. When they use their attack thing, they automatically hit
So automatic
every
damage.
creature in their space.
Okay.
Holy damn. Damn.
So looks
I
like
wonder what
about
happened
10.
if I was holy still.
She would still do it.
No, if
Oh no.
All right. Okay.
Oh, great.
Are you
There you go.
serious?
you can
Well-
critically fail those, right?
No, we're gonna do under fair in that one.
Do I body step again? Or
Yeah.
is it
Yep.
still doesn't matter? All right. So I'm prone and nauseated.
And nauseated. Oof.
So you guys see
Stun
Evie.
locked already.
You see Evie run into the tornado, hacking and slashing at it. When the evil wind envelops her, and she ends up on the ground, on her knees, vomiting.
So a little history there. We had an experience with that in our first campaign. That my first character and KitKat's first character, which she is now playing as Yuna. Her character was Zarika. My character was Shiro, a bard. I think Zarika was half orc gladiator. We ended up with rounds after rounds, like I think 10 plus rounds of our our characters dry heaving, nauseated, and unable to do anything at all. So, with experience, as much as we wanted to help Evie out, we definitely aren't able to help her out if all of us are nauseated. So, I I'm just hoping and praying that all four of my bomb attacks are enough to just basically give some sort of damage and just slowly wither away the hit points of the bone swarms, and hopefully Quintus can bring the hurt as well. So, but at this point, we did not want to get in the melee range. We did have plans to just stand on the outside of it so that um, it can't get both of us. So it had to be one of us if Evie's hit points start getting lower. And unfortunately, what you see here, hit points are still showing. So Flamester had to do some work in the background so that we can't see each other's hit points, so that it adds that a little bit more of realism in in our choices, and uh, not knowing where our party's members hit points, so that it was not always about attack attack attack. That we want to make sure that all of us are conscious, standing, and able to continue to do damage. And so um, yeah, it's just one part doing our best to communicate and keep each other alive, right? So just another level of realism into our role playing in our game here. So I have no idea why I moved. Well, actually, I had an idea why I moved back, because obviously, I didn't want to get nauseated since, let's say, one down, Evie, and then it ends up moving on to the next one. So I try my best to maximize my travel, which was 40 feet, and at the same time not experience a negative penalty on my range, because my range for my bombs is only 45 feet. So just enough just to stay within range. So I did nail my attack at 22. Unfortunately, the damage does not count, only the splash. So I am only hitting it at 7 plus 50%. So basically, almost around 10 or 11. So yeah, that is my first hit on it, and let's see where we're at here. So we try to stay under range, so that at the same time we're not hitting Evie. I thought for my bombs it does a 3 by 3 uh, splash damage, right? A radius of 3 by 3. But obviously, I thought it has to hit a target to for it to go off. But you know what? They told me that I can hit a spot, and that's what I did. So mine was like just on the outside where it doesn't hit Evie at all. So I'll take it if it's offered to me. I'll take it. So Quintus, I believe, tried to do his fire attack here.
Okay, yeah, that pass.
Think. Let's see.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I can make it. Okay, so it does go off. And before, when I was doing cone fire damage before in the cavern.
So for me, in all honesty, I just still can't wrap my mind around the magic. So, you know what? I was asked this week so from someone that I commissioned to do a project for me, that they were interested in, playing D&D when, once they free up some time, and obviously they were watching critical roles. So, that can, as much as an entertainment it can bring. I love that show, and I'm watching almost 1 to 2 episodes each day just to catch up to the second campaign. I'm probably on now episode 74 on campaign 1 of Machina. But yeah, I mean, it can be overwhelming. It definitely has a wonderful experience, but at the same time, can also cause the what some people are calling the Matt Mercer effect. That especially for new people, expecting that all Dungeons and Dragon tabletop RPG games are going to be at that level. So think of it as the analogy of reading a book and then uh, heading to the theater to watch the movie version of it. Obviously, there will be stuff that will be edited out of the film, just obviously to keep within the 2 hour range or average range. Obviously, there's a lot of details that is written in the book, that in characters that sometimes don't make it into the film. So obviously, people might end up getting disappointed because they have this kind of expectation that was already given to them, that it may carry over for when they do this decide. The most important part of joining a Dungeons and Dragons type of game, tabletop Warhammer, it's to basically have fun. I know when I first joined back on January 14th, I definitely had zero experience. It is a whole new world for me, but obviously, yeah, with the support of my teammates and the DM, they emphasize that, you know, it's about having fun, creating a character that you would want to uh, enjoy playing, because obviously you're creating a story together with your teammates and a story with your DM that obviously you are there for the long haul of this campaign. So obviously, with these being in segments, right? Like 24, the show 24, that obviously, you know you don't want to have a character that you don't enjoy playing anymore. So obviously, it can go in your favor, it can go against you, but obviously the most important part is having a character that you enjoy playing, even though there are elements to a game that will create a strong party, right? But if you don't enjoy it, then obviously you're just there fulfilling a role and not role playing characters. For example, uh, for those who play MMO RPG or games that have uh, a dungeon aspect to it, that Obviously, there are two important roles there. One being the tank, and the other one being the healer, and then obviously the DPS to help wither away the HP of the monsters that they're facing. But here, our party is basically, I believe, our party is all DPS, so we don't have a real true tank, especially at this beginning part of the game. We definitely have no true healer. The closest healer that we we have is basically my character Jade, uh, who can make the potions for them. Other than that, there's a heal kit that we can use, but hence you have to have the heal skill to utilize uh, administering first aid to yourself and your teammates. So only two of us have it, me, Jade and Evie. Quintus doesn't have it, and Yuna can only heal in an environment where plants can grow, right? So in the jungle, she was able to do that in the caverns. So yeah, I mean, obviously, we our our first four campaigns we barely survived. There was a death, but through a backstory, you guys just have to check that out in the previous episode. That one of our party members were able to resurrect once again. So, but yeah, it was you know our characters, my teammates enjoying playing the characters they want to play, which is very important. And it's a kind of a lesson learned for us. So as well, and for me as well, that for my character Jade, for uh, the person kind of a little bit spread uh, in various branches in his build that he's there are a few occasions that he was unconscious. So basically, not happy being the liability of the group. The first 100 XPs were dedicated to improving his defense. So once again, yeah, having the most AC in the group. The only drawback with Jade Wind is that he does not wear any armor, right? So that if there is any damage that passes through his AC, it's at full. So there's no half damage like the other two or three. Uh, Even Yuna is wearing light armor, right? That she's able to reduce some of the damage. And yeah, especially Jade's having a low attack roll. Yeah, low attack rolls that he's unable to block those damages as well. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So we are learning as we go, and let's just say that this is by far one of my favorite episodes. So let's see where we are here. So I'm sorry I went on a rant there, but I'm just saying that the most important part of playing D&D, especially if you're watching various YouTubers or shows like Critical Role, I think XP to level 3 and various shows that don't get over keep an open mind. Think of it as poker night with friends, football night, tailgate parties with your friends and family, just to have a good time. No voice acting required, no role playing or acting required. It's just having fun. Uh, like even in campaign one of Vox Machina, that Sam Riegel who plays Scanlan, it's like, yeah, no, I'm not voice acting. I'm just gonna play my character, right? So yeah, I mean, you don't have to voice act or anything. For us, we just do it as fun. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I speak in my regular voice in my character. So anywho, yeah. Anyways,
Okay, here we go.
let's see.
Rubbing my hand. Rubbing my hand.
Wow.
Oh!
There we go.
Okay, I'm not nauseated, and I am
No,
prone.
you're prone.
You're
Well, I'm
not-
not nauseated.
You're not nauseated, so that's good.
Yeah.
And you take actually quite a bit of damage.
Oh, yes, I do.
It
Oh.
near max rolled both of those.
All right,
Yes,
that's
quite a bit.
So, yeah.
all right. Give it. I have
That's a
to
lot of damage.
minus 4, 23.
22.
I'm sorry. I don't even know
Yeah,
where we are
Thank
here
you.
now. So
I
yeah,
can't
let's
do math.
see. How many bombs do I have left?
You
Okay.
think plants can't be undead, but wait until you meet an undead shaman.
So I'm basically 2
It's
bombs
funny you say
in.
that, Quintus.
Oh,
I did hit my attack here. I had splash damage. No, that's not natural. I can only do natural. Jake can only do natural 19 on his
It's your turn.
natural weapons, which is fist.
Same song and
When
dance.
someone do-
So we're slowly.
make it go on fire.
Do it again.
You are invisible.
If only I could use.
are invisible.
Okay, and this part of the game, we were able to turn each other
But not after
invisible,
attack.
so
Yeah,
we
no,
don't
you
know
can
where
do
each.
it.
We know where we are, but then obviously we don't know where
I
our
don't suppose
teammates
I could,
are
like-
moving if Yuna turns them invisible. So
Well, if you want to,
let's see if you're able to do that.
that means you moved.
Next turn.
So
She already spent
there you
her
go.
move
We
action.
can see that.
I know we did, but we did it. All right, so here I am.
So Yuna,
I'm gonna
which
stand
we
up.
don't see,
I guess
Yuna was
I can
able
do that
to
without
get
anything
around.
bad happening, hopefully.
And
Alright, so move magic to stand up. All right, guys, I have got a
turn
badge.
Evie
so I'm probably
invisible,
gonna-
but obviously
Well, before that,
5 foot step out and then dip out.
in character, Evie just wants
If you're
to
5 foot,
attack
you can't move it.
and prove herself as much as
Hold
possible.
on,
Okay,
maybe
So
next turn. Because she already spent a move action to get up.
it's going to go in me anyway.
he can't see you.
Well, yeah, I do actually 5-step out too. And then I'm going to, as a swift action,
Which
take
I cannot
my,
see.
my lowest.
So I'm
healing
probably
potions
thinking
that I bought
she's
at start.
just
not?
outside on
It's in brackets,
the
right? Yeah.
right side of the bone
You know,
swarm.
I rely too much on macros. They're asking like, how do I actually dice?
So it's just the can't do it.
Hard to move these windows.
You can see his V, Quintus. So let's see what happened here.
Fine. First step,
They can't.
and normally you can't move. However, I would, if you want to just continue moving, that's fine. You can.
Like, don't you? Yeah, I thought I didn't know you could use standard action for anything below this. There we go.
Any higher level actions can be converted to a move. Essentially.
Had to
Yeah.
do trusted macro. You can't edit it, but hey, it works.
It's still
And,
it's the,
well, no.
What?
So you have to be, no, you have to impersonate your token. So do you have the impersonated window?
Yeah.
Now click on your token.
Ah, fuck you.
Holy shit.
Ah. You get 3-1 last round. Or some shit like that. Not defeat me, heathen.
So let's say Quintus was able to save his from being nauseated and becoming
Doesn't even
prone.
matter.
So those are a natural 20 on being prone. So
Yeah, but the main bomb damage doesn't do anything.
yeah, the main
Because it's
one.
targeted.
Yeah, so I can't target anything physically. I can only do splash damage. Alright, let's see what happens.
Do you have that key power? You do.
I do. Anywho,
It's targeted, so.
can't target this one. Got it. Okay. Alright, well, I'll throw another. I'll just keep throwing bombs. How far away?
None of us have AoE.
Well, remember, targeted just deals half. So, it would deal damage, but only half. So.
Let's see what I roll. So I ran a natural 20, but it doesn't count. I'm getting back on all those 4 episodes of low rolls. So, like I said, I had such a bad first 4 episodes where I've just been rolling so bad, but
They don't ever. They don't ever access to the campaign window.
So anyway, that was a natural 20, but then obviously it's a main attack, it doesn't count.
I still have cone, right? If I wanna.
So right now we're able to get it to half.
What
So let's see. Oh boy.
happens when you're bleeding out and invisible and no one knows where your body is?
That's true.
The blood you leak is visible as well.
Yes.
That's pretty neat.
Even though it's not part of your body.
What comes out of you invisible and just
So obviously it
That's the
sucks
next
that
level
if
assassination, you know, you
if
can
we
make
do
someone- they
have
wanna
the
know
invisibility,
that
we
person's
can't
dead
see
right
our character, which is true.
would they feel themselves
Right.
turn invisible though? They
Like the
alive?
movie,
I
what
mean,
was? Oh, not the movie. The show on
You're like-
Prime. I think it's called
have,
The
like,
Boys. Where obviously, there's one of
before, like,
the
Don't get me wrong.
the 7
When the blood
or
extends far enough away, it will
it's invisible.
appear.
You
But
obviously can't see where they are,
The
right? So
immediate area.
Is it like
You
an
can also
aura?
Okay, so invincibility isn't an aura. I mean,
let's
That's pretty
see.
good. Paste. Oh.
Very
And that
nice.
goes down to 4. 4. And that's 0. Okay, and that's 20, right? I say that in case I'm missing some addition or minus. I'm not. All right then. Now that I am that level of okayness, then I charge and then I arcane strike. No, I can't. I can't arcane strike. Screw that. I do not do that, and I just attack it with advantage. I don't. No, I can't. I have to split back to 2, isn't it? Let me see. When you choose this talent, pick. Yeah, I did that already. A number of times per day. You pick
Hey, let's see where we are.
Wait. Is it?
So at least this battle, I still have all my
Is that same
HP.
attack we did last time?
Yep,
it is 22.
Yeah, I can
Let's
juke
see.
him out. Don't let him know your next step.
Another good hit again.
Also, I just realized this is like doubly fucked up because you guys are only using fire attacks.
So close.
Oh yeah.
You guys are only using fire attacks. This is doubly fucked
Wait.
up.
with your backstory, you're using fire to kill the village that was burned to the ground.
I hope you know,
Which is,
guys and tell us about all the
which is a really sick experience to go through a second time. So I do feel for Yuna that. But she is invisible right now.
Whoa, what the?
Why am I traveling with these guys?
Alright, let's see if I can kill him. Jade.
Come
Nope.
on. So we are very close to
That does work, so I don't
hitting
need
it,
mana or do I
getting
need
it
tap?
down.
That's like your third too.
It is.
So
A lot of
I'm
ones and
sorry.
sixes I'm getting.
I'm drawing it away from you.
If you fail by more than 5, you lose half. If you make the mana control.
So now it's kind of a reverse now. Quintus is not hitting his rolls. It's
Well,
damaging
how
blow.
much can I move?
Final hit.
Yeah, you can
And-
keep moving. Go ahead.
Yeah, I moved 10 up, so I'm gonna move.
Fucking Christ. Alright, I'm gonna shoot
Let's
it
see.
again. That's all I
Become
got.
more invaluable, Flamester.
Sheesh. That misses.
Nope. Oh, well, I know. I doubt it. That's the one that do it.
Sorry, I just saw the.
Nope.
I'm waiting for Quintus to
Evie.
wild magic himself to a gold statue. I'm also waiting for this.
Evie.
All right.
You can hear the sound effects.
Stand up, leave.
Well,
Yeah,
kind
pretty
of.
much. Let me go ahead and
Same
stand
thing
up
as before.
first. Pretty much.
Let's see where you are.
Yes.
Okay. And
I knew it would happen.
Yeah.
I might.
I don't want to be
Wait.
expecting anything different.
Let me get out of nauseated first because I did get out of nauseated in case it does some stuff to me.
then you take 14 damage.
Oh boy.
Second life on Acro.
Let's see where we are here.
Why is it that sometimes there it is?
That's a question.
16.
So I don't know.
Resistance.
So
spells.
she's back nauseated again. Looks like, and she's back.
Resistance unholy.
Body.
Whereas unholy
back
is
prone.
the keyword.
Let's see where we are. Yes, get that option.
And if it goes,
It just expands.
I know. It's like, oh my god, man. If it does get bigger, then hopefully the damage gets half or less. Spread out, right?
yeah, I mean,
Alright, let's charge it. So I think this is where I'm gonna try to charge it.
crit. Super crit.
Falcon Punch it again.
Falcon, that's right. Without the
Falcon Punch actually works very well for you.
let's Falcon punch it.
It's a Falcon
That kind of
Strike,
strike.
so.
Boom. So roll again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have advantage.
Advantage, baby.
With the nipple strike, do I lose? Okay, never mind. It strikes enemies. Ah,
That's 20.
Fine. 20.
It's,
20 hit?
it's 4 damage. You know, you never know. Maybe that's enough. Take final hit. Get the final hit in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Saving
it's
it for.
Maybe.
So I think I did one of my skills.
I'll be right back.
Let's peek.
One of the skills that I took, which is key claws, so I'm able to get 2 claw attacks,
Don't do that.
2 attacks.
Only villains do that.
But
Okay, that one hit. And you deal some damage.
here we go. Moment of truth.
Oh, that's natural armor.
Oh, I'm trying to remember from last Friday. Does the bracelet of armor have 1 PR?
I mean, yeah, it charges magic armor. Yeah. Well, there are braces of armor plus 2, right?
And
That would give you 2 DR. For instance, magic armor. So you get back to your code.
so is that inside? Do I have to add that into my character on the token, or it's automatic?
You can, but you have.
Or is
Well,
it-
you have to remember, it is not automatic. there is a section on properties for DR. You can keep track of it there. But it is not automatic.
Obviously, I have no idea where to put this.
However,
Yes. There.
And
Awesome.
reliving it again.
Yeah.
I killed something.
Thank God.
So I'm so happy.
Like the image of you just
Depression.
coming in, going boom, and then it explodes.
Depression.
Was I glowing? Yelling through my mask, right?
My family's dead again with fire again.
Well, then they're not your family anymore. That's what Evie would say if you ever.
Yeah,
talked to
which
her about
I
feelings
can
and
say
what
is
actually
true.
happened.
I mean, for me, it's like,
hypothetical there.
if your family
Just saying,
loves
she
you, they
actually say,
won't hurt you, but obviously,
Oh, great job.
this is. I probably give comfort that, you know,
does it become like liquid?
her parents are probably not part of this swarm because obviously,
Evie
well,
gets up. She's like panting.
well,
Like,
no one wants to
all right.
see or hurt their own child, so.
all around you, there's
But
piles of bones and skulls.
anywho,
And
we'll try to fast forward. We're already in the 1 hour mark. Sorry. But yeah, we'll fast forward in this section. Unfortunately, once that battle was over, it was really hard on Yuna to go through the experience again, especially the utilization that we had to use to defeat the bone swarms. So it's basically reliving the moment again. But so obviously, yeah, I mean, it was not easy for her to go through that. It wasn't easy as well for the party to really, comfort her. Especially, I know from the my character's backstory and a little bit a glimpse of Evie's backstory that Jade and Evie were orphans at a young age, so probably having I'll probably speak as my character Jade, that not being able to have that parental support and guidance at a young age makes it really hard for my character to relate to the situation that Yuna experienced, but obviously in all human forms, that it's not easy to lose a loved one. Yuna went and shared part of her story, and for me also, uh, being in, I guess, in management at my workplace, when when there's emotions at play, the best thing to do is just let take the person outside, or in this play, in this story, just let them vent it out before being able to talk with them, because then obviously emotions are high, and there's gonna be stuff said or actions taken that are done with emotions at their peak. So I mean, the three members let Yuna cry, give her some time and space, Quintus did find a glove salvaging through the bone swarm, which was a glove from Yuna's mother. So Yuna grabbed it from him right away, and told the party that was a glove from his mother. So obviously, we won't object to that, and we just obviously it's a Yuna was avoiding this place in the jungle for quite some time. Uh, as of now, it being dark, we ended up at this location on our travels to the ruins. That yeah, it was just uh, it definitely wasn't a place that you wanted to visit, and especially what transpired. And you know, there can be you know uh, people or spirits over village that resonate in this area. So it's just definitely a hard thing to definitely go through. So this at best, I feel like the three her party members gave her some time and space for just to let her you know give her space to grieve, and definitely you know not tell her to suppress her emotions, right? But just let it all out, and then you know collect herself once she is ready. So anywho, yeah. So that was the first thing that happened on our campaign. We eventually had a little discussion. You can check out the entire video in the description uh, below on this video, and then find out the whole story. So we'll fast forward here quickly. We finally reach the ruins on. So we arrived. We left town on May 6th. We encountered Yuna's village on May 10th, and we finally arrived to the ruins that was on the tablet that we found in the cavern on May 14th. So we finally arrived to the ruins. It was very foggy, and obviously, as you can see on the map, we had very limited vision. It was dark. It was foggy. So obviously, visibility was uh, not a lot. So definitely, you can probably see here that I can only see within that circle, especially even with my dark vision. Uh, the fog wasn't helping a lot. So as you can see, like if I move up, I can only see partial of my teammates right outside of that circle around me. So we're still, the game's still in beta, so we're still working out the kinks on the visions, light source, night, dark visions, and whatnot. So that's what my character can see, and at this point, this is where.
Yeah, go to one.
Nope.
Your party can't go to one.
Do I have advantage on this magic?
Yes, you do. All magic in here has a
So unfortunately, and we've been in this situation already on the first campaign. So obviously, we know that there was gonna be a chance of hitting a trap, which is what happened to Quintus. He stepped on a trap. It took hold of him. Definitely has no, well, not say recollection of what's going on, but obviously he's intent on attacking and killing our party. Obviously, the three of us doesn't see this, saw what happened, but obviously Quintus is has turned around and launched a fireball effects to us, and obviously this does not go well with Evie for sure. But this is doesn't go well with Yuna, who basically, put her trust in the party, told her story to the party, why you know fire brings up a terrible memory for her, that Quintus turns around and shoots the entire party with fireballs. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of trust issues heading in tomorrow, on especially for Yuna. I know that during our campaign, Evie has a disliking to Quintus, probably more because of his status of being a nobility, and I think everything being handed to him or given on a silver spoon. I do know Quintus, you know, he trains for, this is basically this is doesn't this isn't given to you. You got to train for this, but obviously the nice, shiny, and expensive armor, it tells another story for Evie. So, who's working hard to prove herself to her queen and fellow members of the Grey Maidens. So with Quintus laying the first hit on us, obviously it's like all bets are off. So yeah, once Quintus laid his attack, he went into the fog, and with the traumatic experience that has happened, I think Evie went in to look after him, and obviously I have no idea where they went, and Evie was able to find him, right? I think he laid attack, so let's see if she did. But at the same time, there's a chance that you can step on another trap, so obviously you gotta be careful where you are. So Evie laid an attack. Quintus was able to parry that, so not much happened there. Yuna had her initiative, and let's see what she does. And I think she, let's see, I think she, yeah, she went the other direction because obviously the fire attack. So she take care of herself and definitely questioned trusting the party, trusting Quintus. Jade tells her to look after herself, and I went in to basically, hopefully, try to prevent Evie from killing Quintus, and at the same time finding out what has happened to Quintus. At this point, Jade was able to find him. I think sees a haze in his eyes that he's not himself, and obviously at this point, attacking, right, and hopefully snapping him out of it was the only best bet. So I utilized my first skill. So obviously I wasn't able to do my charge attack once again for a second time because it's foggy and you can't see where you are.
Technically, when you do that, you can redesign them
Okay.
with the thing, but you can if you really want, you can just use what we did for the fists, and then it worked the same. But now you have two of them.
Okay. We'll do
So,
that.
yeah.
We'll just... Okay, so now I have 2 strike attacks. Well, let's see.
Or that you spend
Nails.
to keep in the stars. Key points are cool.
Is that it?
Okay, one more.
So obviously my damage is not that high because it's based on strength. So I'm hoping to have no parries because you now block those parries. So
BDB is important.
so I have 1. We all have 1, but I have 2 because of BDB,
Wait.
which is
Attack twice?
base
He spent a key point for
base
close. He has
defense
2 close.
bonus, I believe,
Nice.
or bonus
Okay, cool.
for 1 minute defense.
Yep, for
Base.
1 minute.
Oh, so him spending a parry on me added him an extra attack.
So
Well,
12,
he
12
can't
hits.
spend key on other people.
No,
That's
I
it.
mean Quintus. He parried my attack, but then because he parried my attack, he couldn't parry any of his.
So
Okay, Quintus.
so we had this battle with Quintus.
If I would step, I can't move normally, right?
Oh please. Yes,
Yeah.
come on.
I can or I can't?
You cannot if you play free.
You don't have to. Yeah, just take it out.
Just take
Or,
just
or,
take that. You said you ready for your third.
or,
I know, right? So we were just having fun for sure. When this happened, it was
looks pretty good.
Amber's character, who she's playing Evie now.
Okay,
Her
Robert?
character Ash
No,
stepped on one of the traps and attacked
Do you have
KitKat's character Zurika.
No, I don't.
But obviously,
No, I
she
did not
was
use
lucky to make
combat stamina accident?
the body
No,
save.
no.
So as soon
Yeah,
as she
Put it back. I did not kill the defense.
made the first
In order to kill
attack,
the defense,
she
I gotta-
regained
Well,
conscience
it's like immediate action afterwards. Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's a free action.
Oh,
on that,
I
and
mean,
just
remember
basically
your
apologize
Mercer tradition,
so
remember?
much to Zarika. So
oh, it's a free action. I thought for some reason that's a swift action.
okay, so he 5 foot
Well, I mean,
stepped there,
Oh, well, because
and then is late
Well,
trying to make up
Conan
another
gives you a
attack.
Which lets him take those
Let's see where he is.
bonus to a skill. Magic skills. However, for the spell attack, it can be magic dawn.
So let's see where we are.
Glad we're cleaning up these rooms. Hold on.
Ah,
The hell
the
is it?
character's in darkness.
Let's flank him. Oh,
Hi, how you doing? I guess that would work. I'm
no,
not
that's
gonna
okay.
do that though.
That's okay.
Did I do that? Let me undo. I just did.
No,
Try to flank me? I mean, yeah, you can go
Do I want to risk that? If I don't take the extra step to go here and just go straight like around
I
here,
will get an attack.
you get an attack opportunity. I was wondering.
I mean, you do. Do you have one?
Once
You have
chance.
one spot for agile or no?
I do.
She
I
does
do have
have
one
a-
spot. I do have one spot, right? That's what it says. Agile. You do not provoke the first square of movement each round that would normally
So
would.
if you go straight and I go.
Cool.
You can go 10.
Because I don't.
I love Agile.
Yeah,
Oh my
that was
goodness, I
pretty ghetto during this.
can't tell me how much I love Agile.
I mean, even if he did it.
So anywho,
Right now.
let's
was it?
see.
I did, so I'm just gonna go.
Well, actually, yes. You're no longer threatened for subject thinking. If you're
Okay.
part of the person.
But
Okay.
flanking only gives you +2 to hit.
Mhm.
It's alright. It's alright.
So yeah, Yuna.
Okay. Hi,
Alright, so I think
Count as
there we go. We
minus.
finally got our light
not
source
using
fixed out.
Bruh, that's kind of fun.
That was mean.
No, I have a hit of
Okay.
20. Okay.
No, I've been
I'm
told so many
joking, I'm
times.
joking.
Can I?
You're fine. You're
Yes.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck,
That's
I've been cooked like 3 fights in a row now. Just let me use this.
I'm not mindless. I'm just.
You'd be like,
counting
screw
out
this
the
crew.
command.
Alright, damage.
Yeah, I swear I'm not doing it on purpose.
No, it's fine. A lot of like lower level enemies are like that. I get that. It's just kind of funny to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
See what happened here, Yuna.
Alright.
I think Yuna hits.
I see. Alright, so to 13 DC.
Oh wait, no, but you have advantage because
I-
in this area you have advantage.
No, I don't have advantage.
Yes, you do.
This is a still
No, I
In
don't.
this
Yes,
area,
you
you have
do.
advantage.
All magic in this area has advantage.
Oh shit.
I've been rolling with advantage.
Let's
Fuck.
go. Alright.
I just love
Here, what do you- my
the.
damage is-
I don't know
It's
if
just all the effects you get.
if KitKat was dying
Yeah,
her
but I'm
death,
pretty
but
sure that's a -4 DC. You're
Yeah.
gonna hit me.
You have to take a mind save, and my DC is 19.
anyway, yeah. So we're trying to attack him,
You're not
and
my top priority right now.
I know.
Yeah,
I think the main goal here was to get him unconscious, so that
I guess yeah, I
hopefully
can,
that
so-
will snap him out of this mind control. So
Yeah. Indeed.
I swear it'll be cool.
But now you're back to your senses. But they don't know you. What do you do?
I will be like, I will.
Oh, and
oh
Evie,
wait, what did
her
happen here?
armor is super scorched. Like, really fucked up.
Have my sword ready to parry. That is 8.
Oh wait, I did make the tank, so
I guess yeah, I can spell mana control that right.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
so I moved up in flanking position, but obviously I think I'm trying to recall I didn't have the advantage of
Yeah, one more.
of Evie being up there, so
Oh,
Mhm.
I mean, I might as well try to parry. Yeah.
That's 9 damage.
Hi,
so one of my attacks went through. That's 2 out of 2 rounds.
that is
And let's see, 8
Quintus,
damage.
you blink now. Hold on. You blink your eyes and find yourself surrounded by your allies, and they have their weapons drawn.
Look about. I was gonna be like, she doesn't have AO. Because she's too defended. I'm like, I'll take the chance.
But now you're back to your senses. But they don't know you. What do you do?
I will be like, I will.
Oh, and Evie, her armor is super scorched. Like, really fucked up.
Yeah, you look like, you're like real steak.
Yeah.
A little overdone.
Yeah, double down. You can't let them know you were mind control.
It's
I
double
will.
time.
I will look at them and see that she has burn marks. Jade Wind has he also has a little bit of crispiness on his.
So I just got
Okay.
back. I'm gonna take that. The illusion didn't work. It failed, didn't it? Or you did it, and then you got 8 damage because Jade attacked you.
Yep. And then now
And then-
back to my senses.
Now you're back to sensitive. Okay.
Look around. I'll be like, oh, I'll say, well, this isn't right.
I got like 2 tiger palms in front of you.
Well, technically, I don't know that I was mind controlled and that they were attacking me because I attacked them. For all I know, they're attacking me.
You remember what happened?
Oh, okay.
You saw it, but you can't control your body. I think.
It's like it's like when you're in like a nightmare and you're doing really dumb shit, but you can't control it.
No, it's like
I stepped on some shit, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and then I.
no, it's like the call of the void. Like you have the inner thought that you should drop kick the baby, but you don't do it.
I like that.
Don't kick the goddamn thing.
Well, it does it. Well, he did it. He's like, man, I could turn around and burn the man. Oh shit, I did that. Wait, what?
I like that. I like that explanation.
So yeah, there you go.
I like shift my head,
He knows what happened.
and then first time after like
What did he
these couple
say?
of changes, Quintus will
Hold on,
actually
sorry.
speak,
I
and
gotta.
he'll say, well,
Burn the man. Oh shit, I did that. Wait, what?
I like that. I like that explanation.
Alright.
I will look to both of them. I like shift my head, and then first time after like these couple exchanges, Quintus will actually speak, and he'll say, "Well, this isn't right." And then, with the sword, his first action is, "I need to get the fuck out of here before they."
Okay, so
Or, I'll
Let's
explain
see.
it later. I'll move over here.
He trigger another trap.
Can I?
Bro, I swear to
Can
God.
I? Wait, that's more than 5 sets. Do I get? Oh, I don't.
You're in total defense. But he
Ah.
does. If you decided to take it.
Do you want to take him?
So
Well, this
that
isn't-
changes
this isn't right. I'll
everything
explain.
for tomorrow. Then
And I just like
I
start
hope.
backing up.
Is he explaining it to you? Or?
Right.
Oh shit! No. He's
Make a
joking.
mind. Make a mind.
He's not joking.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Okay,
Yeah,
roll,
like we keep
roll like
at
you
it.
did on my spell, please.
Ah,
Roll
you
like
already
did
know
on
I'm
my
not. You already know I'm not. Mind
Don't
save?
make it.
This
There's a part
is
of me
what
that
messed
wants
up.
to make
This
it.
is- I was waiting for this week, and it's so messed up.
16 wasn't enough. Is 7.
And with that, Quintus's eyes fog over once again.
Oh my god. So yeah. Let's just say in the after talks that he put his sword back into put his sword away, and you heard it right there. He did not do that. He just backed away. So that's gonna be some decision making on my part tomorrow on how I'm gonna proceed with my attack of our opportunity. Obviously, I was gonna let him go because he regained his consciousness and he put his sword away. I don't know what what I'm gonna be able to do. Obviously, I do not have a trip or grapple on hand, but so yeah. I mean, we'll see. So unfortunately, Quintus regained consciousness and decided to step away from the group with sword out, right, and hence step onto another trap again, and basically that is where our party ended episode 6. So tomorrow, once again, yeah, catch the follow up to our session. And yeah, we'll see. I got tonight to think of what how I'm gonna proceed because I was hoping to talk to him on my attack of opportunity, but yeah, he still looks like he's ready to attack us. So as he backs away, so I will probably have to take an attack to get his HP low enough once again. But ay 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 ay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a really exciting. Definitely episode 6 was a messed up moment of emotions on trust, on sensitivity, on subjects, especially with fire. And yeah, our team is gonna go through some growing pains from this point on. As you know, we'll see uh, how this ends. But yeah, just catch us up on Saturday tomorrow at 4:15 to 9:15 p.m. PST. I will probably be in and out tomorrow for. I'll be in game, but I won't be communicating as much because I have an activity at work or I have a Zoom call at work at the same time. So probably the first 2 hours I will be more of hitting my roles, and we'll see. I'll be doing my Zoom call on my phone on a Bluetooth, so you won't hear that session at all. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do double duties tomorrow. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of the major updates that's happening. We moved our sessions from Friday to Saturday as things are starting to progress with the new norm with life again. So for now, yeah, Saturday until further notice. Another cool update. I commissioned some artwork to be done, at least for my characters. So you'll hopefully see not this tomorrow, but hopefully by next Saturday, we'll have a new artwork for Jade Wind. So obviously, the character I use was a character from a video game. The concept of that character came from a character from Naruto. So I think her name was Tamiya from the Sand Village, Gara's sister, the one that has a fan as her weapon. Because obviously, I thought it was cool, a fan that has not only attack properties but most importantly defensive qualities where you can blow away projectiles and at the same time have it act as a weapon. So Jade Wind was basically created behind that character, but obviously at the same time, uh, I don't think I was ready to act as a female character. So just a little background on this character creation. I was close to having a female character for this campaign, right? So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, me being new to D&D, new to tabletop RPG. That there's I'm just adding more to my plate. So as of now, yeah, basically just focusing on martial attacks, uh, rather than magic, which I kind of overwhelm myself with Shiro and not understanding and just comprehending the magic system, unlike my three teammates who just knows how to put the combinations together on their spells. So for now, I mean, like if you're new to D&D and you just want to avoid the overwhelm, just be like Grog and just hack and slash everything in front of you and just learn the game through that. And as you know, as over time, as you pick it up, you learn more. You learn from your teammates. You repetition, seeing how they're put in place, reading the system, that you finally understand how it all goes. Then you know what, you can add that to your character. There's no way of saying that you cannot learn magic, because definitely that's what I enjoy about the system. This that Lexxo and his teammates are putting together to hopefully publish this system for all of you next year. So we're hoping that all of you will support that project and definitely experiencing the world that we're playing. And at the same time, since this is the first system I am playing, so obviously I'm kind of biased, and I don't have the experience of I believe Pathfinder or Fifth Edition, that you know I can't really say that through experience point that this is the best system. But this is the first experience, and obviously I'm basing that decision from my three teammates who do have the experience and uh, do rave on how much they love the system so much. And that's just enough for me to basically have that same opinion on that. So if they, it's like, word of mouth, if they love it compared to other games that they already have played, then I will definitely take their word for it. So yeah, hopefully you guys can support. We'll keep updating as much as we can, and hopefully, yeah, another update. Um, KitKat, who's playing Yuna, will also be live streaming this session tomorrow. So definitely support. If you're here on Twitch, I added her as recommended streamers. So check that out. Check out the two versions of the same story for sure. But yeah, definitely follow her channel. Check it out, and hopefully, yeah, I mean, have the experience of someone who has already played the tabletop RPG, and also enjoy the other games and that she is also playing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that session. It got a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, just giving you helpful information, some behind the scenes on what's happening. Hopefully, you guys enjoy that session. Hopefully, you guys can see. I'll show you here. All right. Hopefully, you can see that. But I'm having someone create, an artist create a version of Jade Wind for myself. So obviously, we live in a copyrighted world. So obviously, there's going to be enough as far as I can go of using a character from a video game. Hopefully, this is the mock-up versions that hopefully you guys can see that. Let's see. So having that made out, this is the one of the rough sketches that my artist has put together, and hopefully there'll be a couple fine tuning. Obviously, I want to add a different position where he's doing the explosive palm, which is relevant because obviously right now he's unable to use the fan, the staff that he's holding because it's still bound to his masters. So its abilities to blow away, uh, create wind effects and various effects, and is unable to be produced or be done because obviously the weapon's still bound to his master, which is still missing, right? So hopefully during Jade's storyline, he'll be able to find his master, return his staff, and just find out why he went. He did not return for during Jade Wind's or his monastery name, Yufeng. That's why that's why we went with Jade Wind because obviously we did not want to confuse Yufeng with Yuna, so it's gonna be a Yu uh, debacle or experience every single session. Basically, think of that. I think it's part two or part three of Rush Hour. I am you, you are me. No, who's you? No, I am you. so, so yeah. Hopefully, we do not have that issue. So I went with the meaning of Yu Fang, which is Jade Wind. So yeah. Anyways, some little behind the scenes, if which was not, which is usually not mentioned during our stream sessions. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that session. Um, Please don't forget to like or subscribe to our channel or follow us on Twitch. I also have Facebook page that you guys are welcome to join. Facebook.com/Scorpio Orion Creation. Excuse me, I'll probably add that. And at the same time, I also have a blog which is really behind, but I try my best to add the section of Jade Wind's journals in there as he shares his experience as he explores and travel with his companion. So just another layer of role playing outside of the live stream that you can read through the eyes of Jaden. But obviously, yeah, I definitely have a lot of catching up to do still, and hopefully get caught up. I'm just trying my very best to just find a nice balance of my life with graveyard shift, my e-commerce business, and starting to train again on my marathon, so on my running again. So just trying to find a balance and trying to find a balance to do the work for streaming and on this. So please bear with me and adding a lot of my plate, and hence that's why a reflection of myself is in the character of Jade Wind, where he's a herbalist, he's a chef, and he's an alchemist. So on top of having martial arts, so yeah, it is a lot of things to juggle. But I told myself and I told my DM that the main focus is creating bombs and potion at this point. I'm doing the potion parts, but the bombs is limited to 4 at. So I'm hoping when we get to journeyman, uh, we rank up to journeyman, which is about 100, just under 200 experience points away. That I will soon have 12 bombs at my disposal. So just yeah, I just gotta work with what I have, and I'm moving up to the front lines for the meantime. So I have multiple attacks. So like I said, I mean it was very limited in that Bones Swarm battle, right? And at this point, my character is more of now an AC tank or dexterity tank or whatever you want, a dodge tank if you want to call it dodge tank. So trying to take some of the attacks while Evie and Quintus are able to do their attacks without having to worry about their healing as much. So I mean that's the strategy that I'm for now having for my character until I get to journeyman level. But obviously, the most important is to survive as much as possible. So I'm putting a lot of emphasis on defense first. But at this main next 60 XP points, putting consideration on Yuna's feelings and not. I mean, with that towards the fire bombs, and at the same time having the experience of campaign one and what's ahead of us. I'm changing up my bomb effects. Hopefully, have enough of it XP from this session with Quintus. This ruins that I'm able to change up the elements for my bombs, so I do not have to utilize fire effects, which will help in the trauma post trauma that Yuna is experienced with what happened with her village, with what happened with her parents trying their best to save their daughter and keep her safe. So yeah, I mean, there's some real world elements to this game, rather than all the games that people are playing, streaming, where some games, some parts in life there are no resets. So what I do love about this D&D is that you have to be cautious on your choices, because if your character is gone, right? And if everyone is gone, there's no way in bringing them back. So I love playing as a bard, but you know what? Yeah, um, I will not have that character. Won't have Shiro again. Shiro's still alive in this campaign, but obviously, uh, there's no chance of me playing him at all. Uh, I might encounter Shiro as an NPC, as part of the storyline, because there are connections with Jade Wind and Shiro. So you'll probably stay tuned to find out more on that. But obviously, Jade Wind has to live to get to that story. So obviously, when we had a TPK in round one, there's so many untold stories that we didn't experience. So that's why I love D&D so much. There's you gotta be cautious of life as well for your virtual character, but at the same time be cautious as well with your teammates' lives as well. So once again, if you like, please support. Also, if you're interested in having your own e-commerce account, you can head over to groove.com you get a free account. So after the credits, you can also check out. There'll be a video playing after this, so check it out. But once again, I appreciate your love and support. Hopefully, we get some traction here and have people enjoy this sessions, and hopefully, hopefully, hopefully that you enjoy watching us live stream our stories. So stay tuned. Tomorrow, 4:15 p.m. PST, and have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and yeah, definitely take good care.
Have you ever imagined what it would be like to create an online business that would help people and make you a small fortune? You know, waking up every day, working on something you're passionate about, getting paid handsomely for value you create, traveling the world, meeting interesting people, and living exceptionally well. Well, if you stick with me for 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you the surprising mission behind Groove. Our mission is to eliminate the two things we see holding back someone from becoming successful. Those two things are funds and lack of education. That's why if you join Groove, you'll get to use a complete version of our incredible all-in-one software for free to run your entire business online. It really does the work of 12 other big-name tools you've heard of. Not only that, but we have a community of hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs, many of them absolutely crushing it. And we're documenting all of our collective knowledge online, free for you to tap into. So now the only thing holding you back is joining Groove and seeing where your ambition will take you. Groove, see where it takes you.